Every morning starts the same. Open the doors, put the kettle on, and see what the day has in store. From the outside is just a garage. Cars coming in, cars going out. But behind every set of keys is a problem somebody needs solving. A noise, a warning light, a breakdown that at the worst possible time. And no matter how long you've been doing this, there is always another challenge waiting. And today's challenge is a Volkswagen Touareg. Somewhere inside this engine is a timing chain that needs replacing, which sounds simple enough until you realize how much of the vehicle needs to come apart just to reach it. Still, that's the job. One bolt at a time, one problem at a time. Let's see what today has in store. Welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel of Carsupkeep, and today we are working on a Volkswagen Touareg. So this car right behind me is a Touareg, the 3-liter TDI. It has a V6 engine, and we are doing a timing chain kit complete on this and the water pump at the front of the engine. Now we disassembled the whole engine, so we have the engine is done with subframe. We come out with the gearbox as a whole complete set. So we believe that to be the easier. Some people would debate that it's easier to just get the engine out over the top, so we just drop the whole thing down. So we'll now assemble the whole engine outside, put the gearbox, torque converter, get the whole engine together, back ready to go on the car, and then we'll just lower the car back into it, bolt it back on, and that's the way we believe is easier to work with and more tidy, so to speak. Sometimes trying to cut corners, this kind of like make it a bit harder than to do the job there. Here we have full access to the engine and we have no worries, ready to work. So put a like, follow, and let's go. So this is the engine in question. As you can see here, the engine is out, timing cover is out, everything ready to change the timing chain. Now I was waiting for the timing tool because our one was broken. And as always, couriers just lose your parcels or just take forever to bring them. So I'm going to try to work out a way to be able to do it without having the timing tool, so that we can move on with this job and get this car back on the road, because the customer, it is a lengthy job, so the customer is already without a car for quite a long time. We were waiting for parts and all of that, so we just want to crack on with that and get the car done. We have an oil filter, man filter, so this is just, you know, it has to, there's no other choice. We have the water pump, so it's a Graft water pump. It does have a particularly weird shape. I mean, you guys take your own opinion on that. But now, because we took all the injectors out, we are changing the injector seals. So Bosch injector seals. So we have 6 of them. There's 6 injector seals here. That's also getting changed. Now, that bracket, now what you have here, not bracket, what you have here is gaskets. So these gaskets, there is 3 gaskets, 2 gaskets here. They are for the half covers, because as you can see, the rocker cover is coming up to here, and then the timing cover is starting there. So the cylinder heads, they have a little cover. So that's the cover down there, and then there is these little covers there that fits just there. You have also rocker cover gaskets, the kit from BGA, which also comes with the middle center parts. This round seal here, and as you can see, this is what we got out. So turbo is out, manifolds are out, the flywheel, flex plate is out, the whole exhaust assembly is out together, the subframe, the transfer box, gearbox is down the end, and here's the engine in the front. That's where the water pump is situated, so we have to also change that. So this is what we feel that is important to get changed, just because, you know, they are more prone to failure, because if you put a second-hand gasket on there, it might not go that well. So those parts are changed. Now here to the main thing. Optimal timing chain kit. We can't stress enough, we don't have any problems at all with the Optimal. It seems to be all very good quality. It's a very beefy chain. It's quite big as well. and you have all the guides with tensioners. This one here is actually like guide and tensioner together. There's the other tensioner, your guides, your chain. Now these engines, they don't have any VVTIs or anything at all. They're just basic gears, and they've been checked already. All the gears are absolutely fine. There's no wear on them. Crankshaft here is fixed, so there's no way for you to change that. So theoretically, you're not going to change any of these because the gears just don't wear out. Even the chain itself is not on a condition where you would have said, well, it's really required to change it. Not really. These engines are quite good. They don't tend to fail as much as you see other brands failing. They are really good. This is more as a peace of mind type of situation than it is of trying to rate. That's the whole chain kit all out, and I managed to just do marks everywhere, so I'm able to put the chain exactly the same position where it came from. So that's the main middle chain, not the main one, but the middle chain. This runs fuel pump, which is timed. It has a pin there. I'm using a drill bit, so a pin, locking that into place. That gear is actually fluctuates, so it's not holding, it's just in. You have here the balance shafts, but the balance shafts are not run by this chain, by the main one. So you have from there, crank, and then oil pump. Again, this is not timed, but I just like to put everything back the same way it came out. It was running absolutely fine, so if there's nothing wrong, just put it back the same way. So yeah, this chain is running the fuel pump and the oil pump. Let's move on to the main chain now. Okay, let's turn on the phone here and let's show you a closer look at what is done here. So, as you can see now here, we have the new chain with the guides and everything. Like I said, I did put some pins to lock where I could. The rest I had to just mark the chains to go back in the same position, as like I said, I cannot wait any longer for that timing tool. So that side of things is done. I'm gonna have to just now, I'm gonna just wire brush the whole contact surfaces for the cover, clean all of that, put that back together, and then after start assembling gaskets, the little covers here, and then from there, you know, rocker covers, injectors, everything. I'm not gonna be showing you too much into detail of how to put this back together because I won't be able to be holding the phone and recording all the time. So what I'm gonna do is stop time to time and give you kind of like an update how things are going. Whenever I can get some footage, I'll get some footage, but stay there. I'll still try to make it as interesting as possible. So once again, guys, this is a big engine, a big job being completed here at Carsupkeep. So let's go. The cover is clean, fully. The block all around is everything clean. So I'm just gonna put some gasket seal on this and then slap it back together. And this is where those gaskets go. See, brand new original gasket there, and stopping any leaks. The other new gasket is going here for the turbo housing, and then the one on the top. With this cover sealed now, we have to put the rocker covers, so injector seals, all 6 injector seals, and the new rocker covers, and put everything back, both sides. We now have the help of Eddie. It's come in already, changing those rocker cover gaskets. Everything new, yeah? VIP treatment on this car. So those manifolds need to go back. Flex plate, but that's only after I put the crankshaft seal. Oh, what I can do now is, where's that flange for the turbo? Let's find that here. So I also have new gaskets for this. This is the gaskets I was talking about. Where being here right now, there's no point to risk it, so we just got new gaskets. 1, 2. So the top and the bottom. So I'm gonna fit these now. Now cleaning the injectors, new injector seals, putting them back on, making sure no leaks. So that's a new gasket. The rocker cover gasket is on, as you can see on that one there. Oh, that's for me.
Yes, this for you.
Nice. Thank you very much for this Christmas present.
Let's change this one as well.
The seals, all of them, yeah? And the gasket there. So all the gaskets that could leak, they've been changed. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there's no oil leaks on this one. Right then, after what feels like several weeks despite only being a couple of days, we're finally putting this Touareg back together. Now, taking things apart is easy. Anyone can do that. The real test is remembering where everything goes afterwards. So far though, we've only got a handful of bolts left over, which, in Volkswagen terms, is actually quite impressive. As much as we enjoyed spending quality time with this engine and gearbox, I think we're all looking forward to seeing them back where they belong. We now put the engine back in the car. So the subframe is being tied and we're just putting all the things back again together. Engine is all back in now, ready to get started. And we've put oil already, we just need to put coolant and all the other fluids, and we'll be ready to go. And with that, the Touareg lives once again. The timing chains are replaced, everything is back where it belongs, and perhaps, most importantly, we don't appear to have any bolts left over, which is always a reassuring sign. It's been a long job, a challenging one, and a good reminder that some repairs are far bigger than they first appear. But that's all part of the fun. Thank you for joining us on this adventure, and if you made it this far through a video about a timing chain replacement, you probably need that hobby almost as much as we do. Till the next time, take care. We will see you on the next challenge.